Hello again. It's Richard again. Okay, thanks for dialing in. So this is going to be a bit of a freestyle practice. Going to sort of see how the flow goes. Going to bring in some stuff which some of it's going to be quite tricky. Some of it's going to be stuff that you probably know if you've been to my classes or you've done some of the videos out there. You can't get it wrong. If it doesn't work for you, then simply take a step back and then join back in again when you feel right. By all means, take a child pose. Only work within your constraints. So some of this stuff, it might be quite tricky. Not impossible, but quite tricky if you're not used to doing it. So be very, very compassionate with your body. As we always are in yoga, we take it nice and steady. If it hurts, we don't do it. Don't know how long this is going to go for. Probably as long as it takes me before I get totally worn out, because it's going to be quite a challenging practice. So we're going to start off in a child's pose. So come onto your fronts, take your knees out to the edges of the mat, join the big toes together. Walk the hands forward, sit the hips back onto the heels, and take a couple of breaths here. So when I say a couple of breaths, with your eyes closed or maybe looking down at the mat in front of you, as you breathe in, soften through the tummy, feel the tummy descend down towards the mat. And as you breathe out, sit back into the hips, stretch out through the arms. Engage that Ujjayi breath where you slightly constrict the throat and feel that smooth sigh, just like the ocean, if you like. Dialing your mind into the practice, into the sensations in your body. If you find your mind wandering, daydream, thinking about other stuff, then recognize those distractions and then come back into the present moment with the next breath. And just take a couple of breaths here just to find yourself grounded, find yourself present here on the mat. Replaying those values of contentment with what we can achieve in this practice. Non-harming to ourselves. We go within our constraints, our range of movement, and being truthful about what we can achieve and can't achieve. And be happy. Be happy with what you can do with your body in this practice. Looking up at the hands, come up a little bit. Going to take a thread the needle. So glide that left arm all the way through under the right armpit, stretching across the body. Let the shoulder come down and then rest the side of the head on the mat. And take a few breaths here. Drawing that left hand back, return it to the mat. And then gliding the right hand across the body till the shoulder comes in touch with the mat. Rest the side of the head on the mat. Find a twist here. And pull back. Okay, bring the knees hip width apart. Tuck the toes in. Okay, you're going to come into downward dog, but the way we do this is we're going to lift our knees off of the mat. So we're hovering here about that 6 inches, and then simply straighten the legs, lift the hips up. You see, there's no movement in my back here. My head is going to drop back down towards the floor between my shoulders. The back is nice and straight. Looking back at the heels, maybe pedal the legs if you're quite stiff in the legs here, but keeping that really good long extension through the spine, through the arms, through the shoulders. Pressing into the base of the thumb, rotate the elbow creases forwards to externally rotate the shoulders, look back at the heels, look back at the ankles. Inhale, come all the way forwards into a plank. Hold here in plank, couple of breaths, pushing the ground away with your hands. Exhale, back into downward dog. Inhale up onto your toes, stay there. On the next inhale, come forwards with the shoulders. As you come forwards with the shoulders, bend the knees, and then slowly start going backwards on your toes, all the way backwards, and then the bum comes up as you straighten the legs. Inhale all the way up and forwards of the shoulders, bending the knees, and slowly come all the way backwards. Okay, with a big inhale, lift the left leg nice and high, 3-legged dog, bend to the knee. Take that knee out to the side as you lift that knee upwards, opening the hip here, looking back at your right heel, your right ankle, push down into the mat.
And bring that left leg all the way down to the floor. With an inhale, right leg up into three-legged dog, nice and high. Bend in the knee, take the knee out to the side and lift that knee up as you really rotate through that hip. Look back at your left ankle, push into the mat with that left ankle. Bring that right knee in line, look up between the hands, slowly walk to the top of the mat. Take your hands behind your back, interlace the fingers, straighten the arms, lower the chest down onto the thighs and bring those arms forwards. Hang here, a couple of breaths. Softening through your shoulders. And dropping the hands down, tucking the chin in, and we roll up to standing. Inhale the hands up, nice and high, tall mountain. Soften the knees, exhale down to a bent knee forward bend. Hands on shins, inhale, lift the chest, look forwards. Exhale in, bend in the knees, hands to the floor. Inhale back to plank, high press up, bringing the shoulders on top of the wrists. Hold here for a couple of breaths, leveling out the body. Okay, exhale onto the knees, chest, chin. Inhale up into cobra. Nice and easy to start off with. Exhale down. Inhale to tabletop, tucking the toes in, exhale into downward dog. Couple of breaths here. Remembering your alignment cues, your foundation, your grounding, your breath. Bend the knees, step to the top of the mat or walk. Bent knee forward, bend, tuck the chin in, roll up to standing. Inhale the hands up, tall mountain. Bring the hands together, exhale, bring the hands onto your heart center. Bend the knees, inhale the hands up into chair. Exhale, sweep the arms behind you, come on your toes. Hold here. Reaching up with those arms, really working the shoulders here, but finding that balance and that focus. Still breathing. Staying on your toes. Inhale the hands up into chair on toes. Finding that balance, looking up between the hands. And then fold forward, heels come down. Straight leg forward bend. So lift the sit bones up as you straighten the legs. Exhale the chest and the head further towards the mat. Keeping those legs as straight as you can. Lift up through the sit bones. Driving the knees back. Leaning onto the borders of the feet. Bending the knees. Step back to plank or walk back to plank. This time lower down to half plank, chaturanga, top of the feet on the mat. Inhale, pull through and up into upward dog with the knees off the mat and the pelvis off the mat. Lift up through the crown of the head, pull the shoulders back. Couple of breaths. And then inhale, step or roll over the toes into downward dog. Couple of breaths. Look up between the hands. Step, walk, or a jump to the top of the mat. Bent knee forward bend. Tuck the chin in. Roll all the way up to standing. Inhale the hands up. And exhale down. Inhale up. Straight leg forward bend. Bend in the knees here. Step in the right leg to the back of the mat. Drop the right knee down. Inhale into crescent moon here. Exhale, lean into this lunge. Inhale here. Exhale. Pulling the tummy button in, support that lower back. Inhale. Exhale the hands down, either side of that left foot. Tuck the right toes in, step back to plank. Exhale onto the tops of the feet, lower down, half press up, chaturanga. Inhale through and up into upward dog. Okay, exhale, roll it over the toes into downward dog. Inhale the right leg nice and high. Come up to the toes of the left foot. Exhale that right foot forward between the hands, dropping down onto the left knee. Inhale, pulling the tummy button in, lift up into crescent moon. Exhale, lean into this lunge, really stretching that hip flexor. And breathe, keeping the core engaged. Exhale, float the hands forwards, tucking the left toes in, step to the top of the mat. Tuck the chin in, roll up to stand at the top of your mat.
Inhale the hands up, lifting the left knee off of the mat, left foot off of the mat, rest the ankle on the right thigh, come into standing pigeon. Find the balance here. If you can, come forwards onto the floor, find flying pigeon, some balance here. Drop back from pigeon, come all the way up, hands up, float the right knee off of the mat. Ankle on thigh, hands on heart center, coming down into standing pigeon. And again, see where you are with your flying pigeon, finding the balance here. Coming all the way back up to pigeon. And lift the hands up. Soften the knees, bent knee forward bend. Hands on shins. Inhale, lift the chest, half forward bend. Exhale, forward bend. Bend the knees, hands onto the mat. Step back to plank. Roll onto the left foot. Stack the ankles, side plank. Right hand up. Stay here, or maybe challenge your balance and stretch that right arm forwards. Come back to plank, roll over to the other side. Find the stability and challenge yourself. Doesn't matter if it doesn't work or stay where you are, that's okay. Roll back to plank, knees, chest, chin. Inhale up into cobra, exhale down. Inhale to tabletop, tuck the toes in, exhale to downward dog. Take the feet a little bit further apart here in dog. Two-legged dog. Left hand and right foot on the floor, right hand and left foot off the floor. See how you go. And come back down. Establish the alignment, the foundation. And two-legged dog, other side. Come back down. Look up between the hands, bend the knees, little jump to the top of the mat or walk to the top of the mat. Inhale the hands up into chair. Looking forwards, looking down, leaning back. Toes just in front of the feet if you can. Bring your hands to your heart center. A twist to the right, left elbow to right knee. Hold here or straighten the arms out to get some more leverage. Bring the hands together, twist to the left, right elbow to left knee, and see how you go with this leverage, or stay where you are. Work within your constraints. Hands come together, come to the front, drop the hands down, walk back to plank. Roll over to the left side, step the right foot back onto the toes. Inhale as you come into wild thing, so taking the hips forwards, that right arm back, really stretching through the front of the chest here. And come all the way back down with that hand, rolling all the way through plank into wild thing on the other side. Coming all the way back to plank. Exhale down. Chaturanga, tops of the feet on the mat. Lift up into upward dog. Exhale into downward dog. Ooh. Inhale, lift the left leg nice and high. Come up onto the toes of the right foot. Exhale, step that left foot forward between the hands. Okay. Turn your shoulders to the left. Take that left hand up. For a twist here. Okay, engage your core, really strong in the core now. We're going to slowly lift the torso up to an upright position with the arms still straight. Hold here. If you're here, slowly lower your left arm behind you down as the right hand comes up above you. So the arms are now vertical. Turn your shoulders, your torso to the right. Keep that left arm coming forward to the right hand going back. Rotate on your right heel down. Find warrior two. Looking over the middle finger of the right hand, of the left hand. Finding your foundation. Lean forwards, bend at the waist, come to side stretch. Bringing that right hand over the top. Turn and look up at that right hand. Grounding through the outer edge of the right foot. Inhaling, coming back to warrior two, keeping your foundation upright through the axial body, the torso, looking over the middle finger of the left hand. Start to straighten out that left leg as you lean back into reclined triangle. Exhale, come forwards into triangle. Reach forwards and down with that left hand as the right hand comes up. And keeping that nice flat profile. It doesn't matter if you're up here. It really doesn't. It depends on the type of body you've got, the range of movement. Taking that raised arm forward, find a deeper stretch. Turn and look down at the mat, bending that left knee. Drop both hands down, right foot turns in. Step up into standing split. Left hand, left foot on the ground. Find half moon here. If you've got the balance here, just great. Turn and look up at that right hand. Or even stay looking at the floor. Grab hold of the front of your right leg for a quad stretch here. And then look up. Release that leg, half moon. Drop the hands down. Okay, ready for revolved half moon. Turn the shoulders to the left, take the left hand up. Come back down. Float that right foot down. Bend your left knee. Pivot on the heels, come into Skandasana. Find the balance or stay supported with your hands. If you're okay here, maybe get a bind on, taking a hand behind the knee, finding the balance, or stay where you are. Just work within your constraints, your limitation, your range of movement, your capability. So you can hold these postures and you can breathe and focus. Release the hands. Walk all the way through to the other side. Take a moment to find your Skandasana. And it could be hands on the ground. That's absolutely fine. See if you can get the bind on. Find the balance. Release, turn all the way around to the right. Okay, so into lunge here. With a breath in, turn the shoulders to the right, take the right hand up. Ready, engage in the core, slowly come up with your axial body. Arms out, nice and strong here. Okay, slow movement. Inhale in. The exhale, drop the right hand behind you, left hand comes up, arms in line, turn, look to the front, turn, look to the left, turn through the shoulders, arms keep moving, drop into warrior two. Find the alignment of the foundation here. Start to lean forwards, come to side stretch, lifting that left arm over, turn and look up at that left hand. Pulling your core in, slowly come upright, straightening out through that right leg, coming all the way back into reclined triangle. and then come forwards, triangle. So leaning forward, bend at the waist, right hand down, left hand up. Find this posture, look up at that left hand. Maybe take that left arm forward for a deeper stretch through the side of the body. Only working with your constraints here, your range of movement, being honest with yourself and non-harming, ahimsa, and being content, santosha. Okay, half moon, standing split. Turn and look down at the mat. Turn both feet in line, plant the hands down, ready to lift up into standing split. Find the stability. Right hand, right foot. Turn the shoulders to the left, take that left hand up. Turn and look up at that left hand, if that's what you can. Or a quad stretch here. Find that stability, that balance. I would say an ankle grab, but it's going so well for me at the moment, I don't want to risk it. Half moon. Hands come down. Square the hips. Turn the shoulders to the right, take the right hand up, revolved half moon. Interesting posture. Drop the hands down. Float that left foot down. Hands come to the floor, push into the mat. Step back to plank, level out the body. Chaturanga or onto your knees. Slowly lower down. Tops of the feet on the mat or lift into cobra or upward dog. Bring the shoulders back. Exhale, roll over the toes into dog. Inhale the right leg nice and high, three-legged dog. Come up with the toes of the left foot. Exhale, step that right foot forwards. Okay, take a twist to the left, take the left hand up. Turn and look up at that left hand. Roll that left heel down, engage your core. Warrior two. Turn and look over middle finger of your right hand. And breathe. Drop the hands behind you, interlace the fingers. Inhale, lift the chest as you straighten those arms out. Exhale, fold forward, humble warrior. Bringing those arms over the top. And breathe. Good grounding through the feet. Go as deep as you can here. Try to soften where you can. Drop the hands down to the mat. Walk the hands to the center. Pigeon toe the feet. Move the feet out further apart. Okay. When you're ready, hands come to the floor. Walk the hands behind you and lower down. See how low you can go. Wherever you are, only work within your constraints. Lift the sit bones up. Slowly lift up through the crown of the head. Walk all the way around to your left. And then position your feet here, low lunge. Twist to the right, take that right hand up for a twist. Engage in the core, rotate that right heel down, all the way up. Warrior two. Look over middle finger of your left hand. And breathe. Humble warrior, drop the hands down. Inhale, lift the chest, fold forwards on the exhale. Release the hands to the floor. Walk around to the center again. Okay. Heel toe, heel toe, heel toe. Bring the feet closer together, about a mat distance apart. With your hands supporting you, drop down. into Malasana, squat pose. Finding that connection with your elbows or your knees into your triceps. Stay here. If you want to take a crow, lean forwards. Good pressure on the mat with the hands, fingers quite wide. Think about pressing into your fingertips. As you start leaning the weight onto the hands, maybe float one foot or both feet off of the mat. Hold here. Maybe try getting the head on the mat. Tripod headstand as you use your core to straighten up through the body. Again, only working within your body, what you've got. All the way down. Into crow. Back into Malasana. Drop down onto your bottoms. Roll onto your lower back. Straighten out the left leg. Keep hold of the right knee. Hands behind the ears. Rotate to the right. Inhale here. Exhale, yogi bikes. Using the lumbar, or pushing the lumbar into the ground. Only moving on the exhale. Bring both knees, rock the lower back. Ready to roll up to boat. Find boat posture. Lift the legs up into tall boat. Maybe touch the toes if you can, find the balance here. Back to boat, and maybe long boat or low boat. Come back to boat with a twist to the right. To the left. And to boat. Inhale. Exhale, toe tap. Inhale. Exhale, toe tap. Trying to keep stable in the pelvis, in the hips. So it's just the knees that are working here and the breath. Okay, from here, cross the ankles, come into Sukhasana, fingertips on the mat, lift the hips up and down, back into boat. Cross the ankles the other way, float back into Sukhasana, lift the hips up and down, back into boat, couple of breaths. Cross the ankles whichever way. Come into Sukhasana. Lift the whole body up on the fingertips if you can. Come back down. Roll onto your backs. Roll forwards into plank. Upward dog. Exhale to dog. Okay. Look up between the hands. Inhale the left leg nice and high. Exhale, step forwards. Ready for high crescent lunge. Lift up, high crescent lunge. Inhale, look forwards. Exhale, turn to the left here. Right arm in front, left hand behind. Inhale, lift up. Turn to the right. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, fall forwards, hands come back. Inhale, lift up. Practice the arms, come into a deeper lunge here. Inhale, straighten the legs, tall lunge. Exhale, cactus the arms, deep lunge. Inhale, up again. Exhale, down. Inhale, up. Ready for rockets. I'm moving forwards out of the hips. Arms are in line with the body, in line with that training leg. Hold here and breathe. Engage in your core and your upper body and breathe. Pushing back into that right heel. When you're ready, find warrior three. Find some balance on that left leg. Keeping your arms quite wide. And breathe.
float back, lift up. Exhale, float forwards, hands to the floor. Inhale, back to plank, leveling out the body. Exhale, down. Chaturanga to upward dog. Exhale to downward dog. Take a couple of breaths here. Inhale the right leg nice and high. Exhale on the toes of the left foot, step the right foot forwards. Ready to inhale up into high crescent lunge. Inhale here, exhale, turn to the left, right arm in front, left hand behind. Inhale, lift up, turn forwards. Exhale, turn to the right. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, cactus the arms. Inhale, straighten the legs, lift up. Exhale, cactus, lunge dip. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lunge dip. Inhale, lift up. And a lunge dip. Inhale, lift up, ready for rocket. Bend forward at the waist, nice and straight through the body here. Looking directly forwards, pushing back into that left heel. Right knee tracking over right toes. When you're ready, find the balance. Warrior 3. And breathe. And slowly lower back into high crescent. Exhale the hands down. Inhale back to plank. Exhale chaturanga. Inhale upward dog. Exhale downward dog. Okay, look between the hands. Going to come onto our bottoms. Maybe jumping through, maybe walking through. Okay, lowering down on your backs. Straighten out both legs. Drop the right knee down. Pull that left leg towards you for hamstring stretch. And breathe. Softening through the leg, softening through the hip. Flexing the ankle, finding the tension. And breathing into that tension. And release. And we change over. Straightening out that left leg. Gently pulling that right leg towards you for tension here. Flex the ankle. And then go deeper here. Breathing into that tension. Soften anything that's tight, contracting. And then bring the knees in. Back roll here. Going to roll up to seated staff, Dandasana. Come all the way up. Straighten your legs out. Come forwards with the pelvis. The sit bones are going backwards. Grounded through the legs. Reach the hands forwards. Come into forward bend here. Only going as far as is okay for you. If you get any discomfort or pain in your lower back, then back out. But if you can keep your chest and your chin coming forwards, find that tension in your hamstrings. Soften into that tension. Think about the sit bones moving backwards. And only when you've got to the point where you're okay with that tension, your lower back is okay, drop your head down. Slowly come back. We're going to come down onto our backs for counter pose, bridge pose. So slowly lower down. On the way there, give your knees a squeeze and release. Keep the lumbar discs suitably lubricated. Drop the feet down just below the glutes. Knees are parallel, head and shoulders on the mat. When you're ready, lift the hips up into bridge. Going as high as you can here, keeping the knees parallel, looking up at your belly. You can go for a supported bridge with your hands under your glutes if you're okay to do that, or you can stay here with a conventional bridge. Hold for a couple of breaths. And come all the way down, rolling through the spine. Okay, you can stay in bridge for the next move, or you can come into wheel. Dhanurasana. Okay, bringing the feet closer in, knees are parallel. You take your hands round by your shoulders, fingers pointing back. Lift up enough to rest the top of your head on the mat, looking backwards. Positioning the feet now. Really good grip on the mat with the feet. When you're ready, drive into the mat with the hands as you lift the hips up. Find this posture. When you're ready, come out. Bring your knees into the chest. Massage your knees. Ooh, quite intense. Okay, nearly there. Happy baby. Lift the feet up, bend the knees, soften the hips. Pull the knees down the side of the body. Massage your lower back. Drop the feet down, drop the head down, shoulders down. Straighten out through the legs. Take the hands down either side of the mat. Backs of the hands on the mat. Release the fingers. Find Shavasana. Connect with the sensations across your body as you release and soften and let go to the floor. Eyes closed. Soften your jaw, soften your eyes. And follow your breath. Okay, you can stay in Shavasana as long as you want, guys. But thanks for coming along. Hope some of that was of interest. Take a look at some of the other vids, or come along, come and join me in class sometime. It'd be great to see you. Stay safe and see you soon. Bye-bye.